Well, this is certainly something. What on earth happened here? Anybody? Any guesses? And what do we just have Venatori walking around and they don't even notice that we've entered the premises? I mean, granted, this is the quietest we've ever been. Ever, but... Alright, let's handle them and then, I guess, look around? What happened? Hi. Okay, good. We're just not friends. We're just gonna establish that right now. Fantastic. Good, you're gone. Is that ever... There looks like there should be so many more demons and people to handle, but there isn't. Just... What is happening? It's like time just stopped. Is that a note of some kind? Lucanus. The references are obscure, but they point to a single power sealed at the height of the old empire. Tevinter's involvement in the region predates the First Blight. Detailed accounts of the location are non-existent, but there are some promising leads. You'll be provided the men and the supplies. Do not return empty-handed. Okay. Alright, so there is something clearly all-powerful here. Something that they clearly messed up, but the question is... I guess, when did this happen? How long has this been here? And who started this? Like, clearly it was the Venatori, but are the Venatori responsible for the time freeze? Or was it the demons? Or did the time freeze happen when they were mid-battle? Because we haven't found, so far at least, anything that would be responsible for a time freeze, right? But here we are. Time is frozen. There's Venatori and demons fighting. There's clearly a Fade Rift here. I just didn't know anything could freeze a rift. If something can freeze a Fade Rift, though, what is that? Like, that's not... How do you freeze the Fade? How do you freeze a tear to the Fade? Why don't we know about this? Can you imagine, though, if we knew how to freeze them, and then before I got to a Fade Rift, if we had mages stationed at strategic places, they could just freeze a Fade Rift and nobody else would get hurt? Theoretically? Or is that going to cause more of a backlash? Like, when we... I mean, I assume I'm going to have to unfreeze everything because that's what we do here, is the impossible. But once I unfreeze it all, is there going to be an even bigger, backlash from the Fade Rift? Is there going to be some kind of weird ripple? Is this lyrium, or
You're shitting me. You're sure these demons aren't moving?
Uh-huh. They're not. This is not... Nothing is moving. I mean... Hello? Hi. Yeah, see, like, I walk up to it. It's not doing anything. Alright, what is...
Everything's frozen. I don't think this was the Venatori.
No. I'd say some ancient Tevinter decided to alter time. I'm surprised it didn't go better.
So, similar to what Alexius did? Did Alexius base his research off of this research? Or is this two totally unrelated events that have had very similar things happening? And why haven't we seen any consequences for it? You know, when Alexius changed and altered time, we started to see those weird Fade Rifts and everything. All we have here is just a frozen Fade Rift. Weird, right? That there's been no other repercussions, at least that we know. I mean, maybe there's something that's happened that I don't know about. Huh. It looked like it definitely happened mid-battle. This is... I mean, I hate to say it, but this is really cool. This is actually really, really cool. Alright, let me open this door.
Want me to handle that?
I do not, Varric, but thank you for the offer. Every time you offer, I'm just gonna keep saying no thank you. But once again, it is appreciated. Anything in here? This is weird container. You hear that? What is that? No, it's behind this wall. I don't even know. What is it? I guess we're gonna have to keep going to find out, huh? And it does not sound good. It, in fact, sounds menacing and very scary, and I've never seen a box like this before. I need to open it. Excuse me. It had really nothing in there that I could possibly need right now, but it was a really cool box. This box also looks really cool. Anything good? Ooh. Okay. I'll take a banner. Apparently, they had an old Tevinter banner in there. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. Dorian, if you want it, it's yours. Consider it a souvenir from the worst place in Thetis. Is that another door I can go through? Possibly. Just look at it. Look at how cool this is. Okay, that's disgusting. What about Varric? I got it.
Want me to
No,
handle that?
I just said I had it. I just did. It's all right though. I appreciate you. Whoa, look at the way that's insane. Okay, what's down here? Anything? What is that? Looks like some weird kind of torture device. Is that a mosaic tile piece? That's mine. Sorry, but not. More mosaic. This place is full of them. Okay, literally the only nice part about this place is these mosaic tile pieces. I wish I could get through that door. I wish that wasn't there. Why? I mean, I should theoretically be able to, right? But it won't open. It makes me sad. It really does. Okay, what is that another scroll? So responsible blood magic. Interesting. And let me correct you, apprentice. While it is true that blood magic is woven through the history of Tevinter, there are good reasons, quite aside from the Chantry's sermons, that such arts are now frowned upon. Consider the ancient Magisters who once attempted to map the fate itself. A worthy goal perhaps, but a costly one. When their spells exhausted their lyrium supply, the Magister spilled the blood of countless slaves. To what end? The shifting nature of the fade made the effort futile, and so much death left the Magisters open to possession by demons, wasteful. Some still idolize Tirana of the Rock, who used blood magic against the Canary during the Steel Age. They say she cut her flesh on the shore of Marnus Pell as the dreadnought sailed in, turned her spells against their crew, and boiled the very blood in their veins. A terrifying display, to be sure, but against Canary, it only made them more determined when they besieged the port of Caris. And what of the Magister Calanth, that fool who believed he could make himself the Ascended Man with blood magic? 33 slaves died in that rite. And Calanth became an abomination so horrific that his apprentices tore out their eyes at the sight of him. Wait. A Magister who thought he could make himself an Ascended Man with blood magic. Huh. You guys don't think that's... You don't think that that's Corypheus, do you? Could that be him? I mean, he definitely does seem to come off as somebody who tried to, ascend to something and then, breach the Golden City, and, I mean, now we have what we have, but I wonder. Something just... I don't know. That's something to, kind of keep in the back of our heads and see what kind of comes of it as we keep diving into different accounts of what's happened with ancient Tevinter. However, this continues and says, you quote the example of the lovers Crescens and Seraphinia. Yes, Seraphinia offered his own blood to cure Crescens of her wasting disease, and Crescens lived a long life, but if the noblest use of blood magic still calls for the death of a good man, is that not enough reason to reconsider? I mean, it's definitely a well-written, thoughtful... Ooh, I didn't even know some of this stuff existed. I shall bring this back to Skyhold. Account of another case for not using blood magic, and I actually do appreciate, though, that exists. I think that we should bring that back to Skyhold, and I think that we should let the people that like to research that stuff and debate that stuff have at it, and then see what comes of it. What? Another one of those! Again with this statue. It's just always the same. Clearly, it was all built around the same time. I know. And more cages. Awesome. Awesome. Dorian, your ancestors were weird. Okay? I'm just, as from one friend to another, it's weird that they have so many just hanging cages as decoration. I don't like it, and I would prefer if we never decorate like that again. Okay, it's a courtyard.
The texts describe a chamber. This must be it.
Who's talking? I thought everybody was frozen. Oh! Okay, who's he? He looks important, right? He looks like he has an important hat. And then we've got regular soldiers, and they don't notice us. I'm talking out loud, sir. I'm right here, and I'm chatting, and you don't seem to notice me. What important chamber? Do you wanna chat? Do you wanna see what happens from here, or are you just gonna attack? Nope, you're just gonna attack. All right. That's fine. That's fine. We'll just do this. That's fine. I'm fine with that. I'm really not. Here, take a barrier. Sir, you need to go away from me right now. I'm over you. Oh, also, we've got archers. Can we deal with archers, please? I hate archers. Not you, Varric, though. Varric, you're my favorite archer. It's true. You are absolutely my favorite archer. Don't let anybody fool you on that. Okay, everybody's dead? Good. Good? Excellent. So I think he was the one in charge. Do you have anything in your pockets, sir? You had a
He
what?
was carrying this stone for a reason.
The
Keystone.
markings on it. I've heard of keystones that bear the same.
Keep searching. There may be more.
Keystones? What on earth? Okay, well is this also another piece of that? It looked like it. I mean, I picked it up. Okay. I guess I'm checking people's pockets now, just in case anybody had it on them. That grosses me out. I will let you know I hate digging through people's pockets. It makes me extremely uncomfortable, and it is so unnecessary. All right. How many keystones do we think we need? I have 2. Well, that's definitely another one.
Shantakafas, don't you ever bathe?
Yes, I do.
Sometimes.
Oh, not me.
You want to watch, don't you?
What?
I'd rather stand upwind.
Human sweat smells like pork that's been sitting in the sun. Just saying.
Wow, okay. Thanks for letting me know what human sweat smells like. I need to go home and take 45 baths now after that delightful description. But was that flirting? Were you two flirting? Is there something you want to tell me? Dorian? Iron Bull? Anything you want to tell your fearless leader? I am actually not a fearless leader, but we're going to go with that today. Is there anything you want to tell me about the two of you? No? Maybe? All right. Well, just so you know, it's a long way home, so I'm open to stories. More. It's another keystone. So this is 4 now? And another book. Okay, I'm gonna take that home with us, which is good. I don't know if I trust that. Why is there a torch thing there? So these are research notes. Theoretically, it should be possible to draw energy from the fade itself. While I will not discount the obvious danger, such high risks can be circumvented through the use of proper channel. Once the channel is stable, we should be able to manipulate the energy to our will. The power gained would be beyond measure. Huh. At this time, theory will take us no further. If my hypothesis proves true, it will be an achievement unrivaled by any in history that will all but ensure the immortality of the Imperium. So is that what they were doing? They were trying to channel energy from the fade itself? It doesn't look like it did them any favors. So what kind of... Not what I do. I mean, is that technically kind of like what I do? Maybe. But I don't know how much of this Fade Rift on my hand, like, not the Fade Rift on my hand, but what's on my hand that closes Fade Rifts, I don't know how much of it is whatever happened to me, and how much of it is my magic, and how much of it is my magic is needed to make it work, you know? Like, the question is, if a mage wasn't hit with this, would they still be able to do what I do? Would they be able to do it to the same extent? Would they get tired more quickly? Or do I get tired more quickly because it's also feeding off of my magic? I don't know. And I don't want to experiment ever, because nobody should have to go through what this is. What is this? More notes with disturbing diagrams. I love when they give me disturbing diagrams. I really don't. I actually don't. That was a bad joke. Sarpedon would cast doubt on the work here. I expected no less. He is Baloran's man. Who is Baloran? If he thinks to deter me, he will not succeed. Who accomplished anything through such fretting and hesitance? Let him be placated by his pointless precautions. If he wishes to question the validity of my theories, perhaps he should look more closely at his own. Okay. Cool. They were not agreeing on things. I'm going to take that from you. Is that 5? Okay. I'm going to do this. What is this one? It's a written note. Perplexing diagrams. Now we had diagrams, we had disturbing diagrams, and now I have perplexing diagrams. This place is really giving me a little bit of everything, huh? Blood to start. Then from the channel itself, the slave trader had 6 strong enough for the task. Preparations are in place. Sarpedon will call one final meeting. I must speak to the others in advance. I don't like where this is going. Guys, I'm not a fan of where this is headed. At all. I'm not filled with warm, fuzzy feelings. I think that this is all an awful idea. And I would like to leave. But we gotta figure this out. Alright, I think that this would be the door. I mean, we've got people blocking it. So, did I have everything? Okay. Into the creepy room we go.
A staff? Is this what they were after?
I'd be careful with that if I were you. Just a thought.
But what kind of staff? Was there a blood magic ritual gone wrong with it? Okay. That's that rune. And what else is here? There's a note. Oops. I fell. There's a note. Let me read the note, Varric. So, the journal lies open on its final entry. Haladius ignores all results that do not support his own hypothesis, brushing them off as anomalies and expected deviations. He posits that there will be an acceleration in the channel's creation, and will no doubt test the theory without guaranteeing a secure channel can even be maintained. I have argued that the inherent risks that the catastrophic tear in the veil that will result from such foolishness, but he has others convinced. He grants only a sneering permission to conduct countermeasures in the event of a failure. If I am correct, the only course of action will be to redirect the resulting power into sealing the event itself. The odds of survival are less than ideal, but the surrounding lands will be preserved. So, if I'm understanding all this correctly, so they decided they wanted to channel the energy from the veil. And they wanted to harness it in some way. And one person thought that there was going to be a catastrophic tear and that it was going to be bad news, which I agree with that person, because anytime we mess with the veil, you see what happens. And then the person that didn't think that there was going to be anything wrong was like, oh, well, take your countermeasures if you want, but like, you're being a fool. Haha, everything's going to be fine. And so everything wasn't fine, clearly, because we saw the Fade Rift. We see what's happening around here. And then the countermeasures were basically to freeze time and seal everything together. Can we just have a quick discussion about this for a second? They created a small tear in the veil, right? They tried to channel the energy in the veil, and they started to tear it down just a little. This is what happened, right? We see these demons, everything like that. All this destruction. This building didn't start collapsing on... Like, this building did not start collapsing on its own. Like, literally, when they froze everything, they froze it midway through the collapse. Which means whoever provided the countermeasures was quick enough to get them up so we didn't, like, lose everything. Like, the building wasn't gone, everything like that. If that's what one relatively small, right, tear did in the veil by creating that Fade Rift, because you can see that this is where it all started. What happens if some crazy Tevinter tries to pull down the entirety of it? What happens if the Venatori get it in their bright idea that they want to tear down the entire veil to harness its power? How do we fight against that? There's no way to. There's absolutely no way to fight against that. Is there? There has to be. That's a horrifying thought, right? I'm not the only one that's horrified by that thought. I can't be. Okay. This is, it hasn't happened, and we are gonna do everything we can to make sure it never happens, but hi, apparently now we have to worry about the Venatori trying to pull down the veil in some way or another because they want to harness the power from it. Hopefully it was just a crazy offshoot, and this isn't what the entirety of the Venatori thinks is an acceptable course of action. But if it's not, if this is what the entirety of the Venatori want, my to-do list is getting awfully long. All right. I guess we should deal with this, right? We should deal with all the demons and the Venatori here, and to do that, it looks like I'm gonna have to take the staff. I have to touch it, which it's a staff with a skull. My staff, as you can see, does not have a skull on it. This one does. I'm gonna have to take it and deal with this because I can't just leave. I can't leave this for somebody else to come through. What happens if some innocent person comes in here? Not innocent necessarily, because I don't think like an innocent person is like gonna walk in here, but what happens if somebody that's just a treasure hunter or something like that and doesn't understand what they're unleashing comes in here? Also, there's just a great big old fade rift that needs to be dealt with, so... Alright. Let's do it. I don't like this at all. Okay.
Careful.
This is not good.
I think time's
Out.
flowing again.
That's not what I wanted to hear.
I know, but this is what we're dealing with. This is where we are. Time is flowing again. It looks like some of them ended up just dying. Other ones lived. Wait, all the Venatori died. What? Wait. So the demons lived, of course, but not the Venatori. Did they just disintegrate? Where did the bodies go? They had to have disintegrated. That is disgusting and scary. All right. Do we think that all the demons woke up in here too? Maybe not. Maybe they disintegrated too. I can't get that lucky, can I? There's no way you are that lucky, Riley. Don't even. Oh, look, the Fade Rift. Hello, Fade Rift.
Hurry, before this gets worse.
Worse than this?
Yeah, it can get worse. Trust me. We've all been fighting together for how long? You don't think it can get... I fell. Oh, you guys don't think it could get worse? Bull, there's one of those ladies that I hate. The witch, get the thing that's the ice. Get rid of her. I hate that demon. Let me just okay. We all ready for this? Okay, you got that? I don't think you're gonna be able to cover yourself too. I think you covered Bull. I got you. I just Fade Rift today. All right, listen everybody. You all need to go back to the Fade and you need to go away. I want to go home. I'm sick of the sand. Oh man, there's another one. I'm sick of the sand. I'm sick of the Venatori. Sick of it all. Is everybody gone? Done. Excellent. Let's see what the Fade gave us. Anything extra special? I mean, I got fire.
It's done.
Well, I'm rather sick of this place. You?
Very.
Next time, the damn demons can stay frozen.
All right, listen. Yes, and so much yes. And there's apparently the Fade gave us a wisp essence and some frost rags, and I don't know if I should activate that. Not in here. I don't know. What are the chances that this is here? In this room where all of this happened? I don't know if I can take that chance. And I think I'm gonna walk away from it. I don't trust it. I don't trust anything about that. Not now. Not after everything that we've seen today. All right. So, what happens now? We have handled what they told us to handle. They no longer have to worry about the creepy, weird castle thing with a barrier up and all that stuff. I think before we go to the Empress de Leon, we should go home. You know, rest for a little bit. Maybe get a good meal in and maybe scrape all this sand off, and then we'll go and bundle up for the cold. Right? Okay, awesome. I like this plan.